Hello and welcome to the Jar Stadium in Tashkent in Uzbekistan. Matchday 4 in the AFC Champions League Elite. We are in the Western region for this meeting between Pakhtakor and Al Rayyan, two teams who are looking for their first win after poor starts, especially Al Rayyan. They've lost every game so far. Pakhtakor with a couple of draws out of their first 3 games, but only 1 goal so far, so it's clear to see where their improvement needs to come from this evening at the Jar Stadium in Tashkent. It is Pakhtakor against Al Rayyan, both looking for their first victory and to boost their chances of progressing through into the round of 16. Still a long way to go, of course. This is going to be the midway point of the 8-game group stage. And for Al Rayyan, there's the real incentive of knowing that even though they haven't won yet, if they do win this game, they will be in the top 8. They can jump above the hosts, who have just the 2 points. Al Rayyan with none yet, but every incentive to push for that first victory today. So the players gathering in the tunnel at the Jar Stadium. We are just moments away from kickoff. A Pakhtakor team dominated by local Uzbeki players, 10 of the starting 11, whereas for Al Rayyan it is a real international cast of characters. A fair few Brazilians in the lineup. And only 3 players from Qatar. See there the Brazilian goalkeeper Paulo Victor, Spanish central defender David Garcia, Portuguese defender as well Andre Amaro. So a multinational cast for Al Rayyan, looking for their first win. These two teams have been struggling domestically as well as in the AFC Champions League Elite, with Pakhtakor only 3rd in the Uzbeki League, 14 points behind the leaders Nasaf. They are the reigning champions, but they're not going to win it this year with that margin to make up. And Al Rayyan with a pretty slow start in the Stars League in Qatar as well. They're in 7th place, with just 10 points from their opening 9 games. So improvement needed all round with their form and continental competition, really reflecting their struggles in the domestic leagues as well. Doesn't seem to have dampened the spirits of the Pakhtakor fans who are gathered inside the Jar Stadium today in Tashkent. And there has been a bit of an upturn from Pakhtakor in recent weeks. They've only lost 1 of their last 6 games in all competitions. They got a 0-0 draw against Al Shorta in the last Champions League Elite game a couple of weeks ago. So they'll feel that they're moving in the right direction. Al Rayyan, well, they're struggling much more. They only have 1 win in their last 10 games in all competitions. Their last 3 games have been a 2-1 defeat against Al Ahly in the Champions League Elite, and then a draw and a defeat domestically as well. So Al Rayyan looking for a return to form as they head out as the visitors in the Jar Stadium in Tashkent to take on Pakhtakor. Fans still heading into the stadium. 7 o'clock kickoff local time. People on their way to watch this latest game in Champions League Elite.
يعني النشيد
Well, both teams have had pretty settled lineups during the AFC Champions League Elite so far. The majority of players on both sides have started every game at the moment, and that certainly includes the veteran captains. Dragan Ceran, the Serbian for Pakhtakor. And they have just the one change from their last game, which was that goalless draw against Al Shorta. And that is on the left-hand side of defence, where Abdulmajidov comes in. They have 8 players who've started every game so far, including, as I say, the captain, the 37-year-old, the only non-Uzbeki in the starting lineup, the Serbian Dragan Ceran, who is meeting his opposite number, Abdelaziz, equally experienced, the 37-year-old and 34-year-old wearing the captain's armband today. Our refereeing team are from Japan, led by Junpei Ida on the field, and in the VAR booth, Hiroyuki Kimura, as they go through the pre-game formalities. Al Rayyan have 9 players who've started every game so far under the leadership of Younes Ali. And 2 changes coming in today are the Uruguayan midfielder Francisco Ginela, and at right back Murad Naji, an experienced defender who's come off the bench a couple of times in the first 3 games, but now will start for the first time. They usually play a back 5, Al Rayyan, so we'll keep an eye on that in the early stages. David Garcia there, the Spanish international defender, at the heart of that back line. We'll see which team is able to seize the initiative here, because Pakhtakor as the host would be expected to do so, but they have struggled going forward with just 1 goal in their opening 3 games. However, in general, their form at home has been very good domestically. They've won their last 3 games at home, scoring 13 goals in total. They're nearly ready for kickoff at the Jar Stadium. So it is Pakhtakor against Al Rayyan in the Champions League Elite, the Western region. The 2 teams looking for their first win of the campaign. Still a long way to go, so if there is a first victory tonight, whoever claims it will be feeling good about their chances to progress as we reach the midway point of this group stage. It'll be Pakhtakor playing from left to right as we look, and the yellow jerseys with the early possession, the home team. The It's a pretty pleasant evening, temperature-wise, 17 degrees at kickoff. There has been rain around, but not too chilly by any means. Abdomejidov to Alijonov. Pressure from Al Rayyan, trying to force a mistake, led by the captain Abdelaziz. Sent long by Nazarov, the goalkeeper. Battling for it was Cheran, but unable to make progress. But there's a poor back pass and a rebound. Sends it just behind. And it was charged down by Yurakoziev. Forcing Paulo Victor into drastic action. It was the back pass, a poor one from Murad Naji. There is the home team interim head coach, Komalidin Tadjiev, who's in charge of Pakhtakor at the moment on an interim basis amid speculation about the future of the permanent manager, Maxim Shatchik. Tadjiev nearly saw his side celebrate a bizarre early goal there. It does look as though the ball is running a little slowly. The field seems to be a bit heavy, and that back pass, maybe I'm just making excuses there for Murad Naji. He really got away with a very under-hit pass. Worked out to Ahsam Zoda. Making progress down the left. The cross was well met by Andre Amaro, the young Portuguese defender. There is Yunus Ali, who's been in charge at Al Rayyan for just over a month now. Was appointed towards the end of September. Hasn't really been able to affect an improvement in results yet, but this is a big game for his team, trying to pick up their first win. Now here's a bit of a chance for Khamdamov to turn. Links up with Alijonov, who can send in the cross. David Garcia was a little hesitant, and there's a bit of a risk taken here by Hazem, but he's able to turn away in the end under pressure and find the pass. Left back dealing with that very calmly. And Hazem now will take the throw-in into the Belgian midfielder, Julien Dessart. Back to Hazem. Dessart. Hazem back to David Garcia. It looks like they've deviated away from the back five today. Al Rayyan playing, it seems, with the back four and making progress here down the right with a good run from Ben Sharkey, getting to the byline and winning a corner, does he? He believes it should have been awarded. I think the decision has gone the other way though, goal kick. And that was a good run from the Moroccan Ashraf Ben Sharkey, who has been credited with 2 assists so far. The only 2 goals of the campaign for Al Rayyan, both created by Ben Sharkey and both scored by the Brazilian frontman Roger Guedes. Sent long by Azmedinov. And now in field for Sabir Hojayev. Switched out for the run again of Akhamzoda. 26-year-old Umar Akhamzoda. starting his third game of this campaign. Whereas Al Rayyan have moved into a back four for this game, it seems that Pakhtakor have done the opposite with a back five following the introduction of Abdulmijadov. A long throw, met by Desart, but not very decisively, and it requires a good save from Paulo Victor after the volley was fired in with good power by Sabir Khodjayev. Excellent technique on the volley, and that seemed to be heading towards the top corner. Well kept out by Paulo Victor. Pakhtakor with another corner. Met at the near post by Amaro. Here's Khamdamov, and now Alijonov looking to get the cross away. And it'll be another corner after the challenge comes in from Ginea. But a promising start here from Pakhtakor. We'll see again that volley that was fired in. Really fine effort from Sabir Khodjayev. Now the corner's played short and cut across goal. No one there until it reaches the edge of the area. And that's misplaced, so there could be a break now. It's Trezeguet. Infield for Abdelaziz, who is brought down. A foul by Yurakhuziev. Happy to take the whistle there, just stopping the counter-attack. Ginea lofting it long. Well, Al Rayyan unable to sustain possession again. They haven't really settled into the game yet. Hazem and Trezeguet trying to combine down the left, but it's back with Abdullayev now. You see that line of three at the back for the home team. Azmedinov here on the left of that three, Abdullayev in the middle, and man on the ball now, Abdulmajidov. He has just come into the team today, his first start of the campaign for the 20-year-old, and that has allowed the coach, Komalidin Tadjiev, just to change things into that back three, with Alijonov here on the ball. There's the wing back on the right-hand side. And he tries to step in here, but it runs loose to David Garcia. And now Naji. Again, one back by Pakhtakor, not for long, but Al Rayyan haven't found their passing rhythm yet. They do find Ben Sharkey here. Inside to Abdelaziz, who goes down, but there's no free kick there. Just seemed to get away from Aziz a little. 34-year-old skipper and ever present in the AFC Champions League Elite campaign so far. Here's Buriev. He'll look to make things tick in the centre of midfield for Pakhtakor, sitting just in front of the back line. This is a foul committed there by Aziz, much to the confusion of the coach, Yunus Ali. He was formerly in charge of Al Arabi, Yunus Ali. Left them, and 4 days later took over Al Rayyan at the end of September after the dismissal of Foya Asbaghi, the Swedish coach. Now we have a free kick the other way as Ginea was caught. Adham Zoda, the guilty party. A left wing back for Pakhtakor. It's David Garcia. Just looks like Al Rayyan is starting to settle down a little. Ben Sharkey nodding it back for Naji. That's beyond Aziz and beyond Ben Sharkey for the goal kick. Work it through midfield back to Breev, and now again available down the right, Alijonov, who's seen a fair bit of the ball early on. Cross isn't a bad one, had to be watched carefully by Amaro, and then cleared as far as Sabir Khodjayev in midfield. Alijonov again with a bit of space, and so too for Khamdamov here. Decent cross to the near post, but Jurakoziev couldn't keep the header down. Another promising moment for Pakhtakor, though, and it's nearly all come down that right-hand side so far, with a lot of prominence for Alijonov and Khamdamov. Might need some extra attention from the Al Rayyan defensive viewpoint, cutting off the supply lines down the right as David Garcia walks it out. Now they look down the left, and it's a good break as well for Adkhamzoda. Needs the block from Amaro. But it'll be another corner. Pakhtakor continuing to press for the early goal. They know a victory would lift them 2 places to 6th, ahead of Esteghlal and Al Kharafa, who've already played. As the delivery comes in, it's not a bad one, and it's not away yet. Abdulmajidov was in there trying to force it goalwards, but Al Rayyan just about holding firm, and they'll look to break now. Here's Guedes. I think that's the first time he's touched the ball, the veteran striker. And now it's work forward for Naji, winning the throw-in. The Pakhtakor fans trying to raise their players. The reigning Uzbeki champions. An honour they've achieved 16 times overall, but it doesn't look like they're going to win it this year. They've had a tough campaign domestically, only in 3rd place at the moment. 14 points off the lead. They're being forced back a little more now, with Al Rayyan starting to get into the game a bit, as it's swept over for Ben Sharkey, who's swapped flanks with Trezeguet at the moment. Now Ginea into the area for Aziz. Hazem can send in the cross. It's too far for Guedes, and there was no one at the far post. Sabir Khodjayev and Fayan Sheran. Back to Sabir Khodjayev. And the Serbian captain again, as Al Rayyan get everyone back behind the ball. Re-establish their defensive shape. 15 minutes played at the Jar Stadium. And coming forward again, it's Pakhtakor. And here is Sheran. Going to get a shot away. Just trying to do a bit too much with it. In the end, he does manage to win a corner, but I feel the better chance would have been a few seconds earlier for Dragan Sheran. He worked it into a shooting position on his left foot, on the edge of the area, but then took a few extra touches and was closed down. However, corner it is. More defending for Al Rayyan to do. Played in by Khamdamov. Flicked away by Desat. Well picked up by Sabir Khodjayev. And it's with the corner taker, Khamdamov again. Good ball in! Oh, and it's off the post. What an opportunity for Abdulmajidov. The defender had stayed forward from the set piece. And he had a free header to attack the ball. What, 6 yards out? Beautiful cross from the left wing by Khamdamov. And it should have been the opening goal. And you can tell from his reaction that Abdulmajidov knows it. A 20-year-old making his first start today in this competition. What an opportunity that was. I say his first start, that's this season. He did start one game last year as well, but hasn't been named in the starting lineup this time around until today. Really should have marked it with the opening goal there. Bit of delay here with Paulo Victor having a problem with his gloves. We resume again with Al Rayyan relieved not to be trailing, and it would have been a deserved goal really for Pakhtakor, who've done all the early running. And they had that good chance as well for Adham Zoda. Fair few set pieces and crosses into the area. Al Rayyan now looking to show their threat though with Naji. Is that going to be a corner? No. Just about kept in by Nazarov. Gedish was trying to fool him. Oh, there's a problem here. Who's that? It might be Azmedinov, who's gone down. I have no idea why, I must admit. Looks like he's taken a blow to the stomach or the ribs. Azmedinov it is. Let's see if one of our eagle-eyed cameraman managed to pick out exactly what happened there. I assume it was a collision off the ball. But Shakhzud Azmedinov will need some treatment holding his chest. Oh, well, he was just flicked, was he? Or pushed, or received some contact anyway from Ashraf Ben Sharki. And the way he went down certainly made it look as though there was a lot of contact, but in that one replay we saw, impossible to tell how much aggression there was from Ben Sharki. It doesn't look like the referee saw it, and I don't think the VAR assistant Hiroyuki Kimura is going to get involved either. Just waiting for confirmation from his colleague watching through the replays before we restart, but now Junpei Ida does resume the game. And Azmedinov is okay to continue. On the ball now, looking perfectly comfortable. Abdullayev alongside him, and now the man who really should have scored a few minutes ago, Abdulmajidov. Clever dummy, allows it to run to Cheran, and now on for Adham Zoda. The cross is a deep one, it'll come to the far post for Alijonov, and now Cheran attacking it. Al Rayyan deal with it with a good header from Amaro. Bekhojayev. And that will be harmlessly into the arms of Paulo Victor, but another dangerous attack from Pakhtakor. This could run loose for Aziz. Support from Ben Shaki. Now Desart. Al Rayyan looking to settle in for some possession with Ginea. Hazem looking over the top. Good idea. You could see what he was trying to do, just release Guedes into some space down the left, but didn't have the right angle on the pass. Guedes maybe starting to get a bit frustrated, nearly midway through the first half, and as far as I can recall, he's had one touch so far. Centre forward for Al Rayyan, not been involved at all so far in this. And that's as a result of Pakhtakor's dominance of the game. Alijonov up towards Yurakaziev, who's held off the ball. And here's Trezeguet on to Guedes. Now he gets a few touches. Dispossessed by Alijonov. And back to Nazarov. Good header from Garcia, who's very strong in the air, as you'd expect for a central defender. As Buriev is now penalised for jumping over the back of Ginea. A fairly new arrival, Francisco Ginea, the Uruguayan midfielder. Joined in late September from Los Angeles FC, making his debut in the AFC Champions League Elite today. Yellow and Blue Army continuing to bang the drums in support of their team. And here's a ball over the top looking for Guedes, and it wasn't a bad idea, not too far away from finding the striker. But as yet, Al Rayyan not with even the vaguest sniff of goal. Whereas at the other end, Pakhtakor have forced a good save from Paulo Victor. They've hit the post. They've had several crosses into the box, 4 corners as well. No doubt about which team has been dominant so far. Abdulmajidov for Alijonov. Buriev. Al Rayyan just sitting off and giving Pakhtakor all the space they want on the halfway line. And the visitors looking to defend their own penalty area as it comes up to Cheran. And he did get crowded out. There's Ben Shaki, plays it forward for Naji. Not much support. Could only really play a rather aimless ball inside that Trezeguet had no opportunity to get close to. Guedes with the layoff. And now Naji looking to switch it over to the left-hand side, but doesn't reach Trezeguet as Alijonov gets it back to his keeper. Up Happy to play out with his feet, Nazarov. And it's worked forward now for Sabir Khodjayev. Out comes Zoda, given space, can send in the cross to the far post. Alijonov, a cross goal, and it just lacked the final touch, which probably should have come from Zhurukaziev. It was a good ball fired back across goal by Alijonov. And right on the goal line, Otabek Zhurukaziev just needed a touch. Wonder if he might have been offside. It was very close because Amaro was right next to him. He should have at least made it relevant whether he was offside or not, but seemed a little slow to react. Offside has been flagged, but it certainly would have been reviewed had it gone in. Now Alijonov needed power on that header, and he did well. Very tight down the right hand side, but Ben Sharkey does come away with it, sends it inside to Aziz. Quickly closed down though by Sabir Khodjayev, and once again Al Rayyan unable to sustain any kind of possession or exert real pressure whatsoever. They've not really even made the Pakhtakor defence work hard so far. It's been very comfortable for them. Good control from Alijonov, who really has stood out so far. The 27-year-old. Been with Pakhtakor throughout his career. A 5-time domestic league champion. And here he is again. And once again he can send in the cross. It's deflected forward by Desart. Gedesh tries to help it on to Aziz. Oh, that's unfortunate for Al Rayyan because it came off the referee, who apologised. There's nothing he could have done about it. It was fired at him, but it also could have released Ben Sharkey down the right. Might have been Al Rayyan's best attack of the game. They will get it back as we await a ball. This one having deflected off the referee and out of play. Fairly straightforward requirement for a game is a ball, which is handed to Al Rayyan as they had possession before the deflection off the ref. Trezeguet. The layoff from Hazem was heavy. Looking for the Egyptian Mahmoud Trezeguet. Comes Oda. There's no pressure on the ball whatsoever from Al Rayyan here. We've seen in the first possessions, I remember Al Rayyan putting 4 or 5 players in a high press, but they're forced back here again now. It's a great run into the area for Zhurukaziev, but he couldn't find the final shot. Sheran trying to win it back. Let's be careful here not to concede the free kick right under the gaze of the linesman, who had a good view of it. And it will be a throw-in for Pakhtakor. But Zhurukaziev really had the opportunity there as he ran into the area. Couldn't quite get it out from under his feet. So Alijonov with the throw. Can't get around Hazem. But play going on, and Alijonov with another cross. That's a dangerous one, and Amaro with the header that is gathered now by Paulo Victor. Past the half-hour mark at the Jar Stadium in Tashkent. Pakhtakor, the better team so far, but no breakthrough yet. Al Rayyan not with any kind of goal attempt. Really need to step up their game if they want to pick up their first win of this AFC Champions League Elite campaign in the Western region. Trezeguet, can he spark something? Back for Hazem. Guedes floats it to the right, asking a lot and asking too much of Murad Naji. And that shows how Al Rayyan are struggling, though. The fact that Guedes, who's their centre forward, had to drop all the way to the halfway line to find some possession. So even if it had been gathered by Naji, the striker wasn't in the middle, as he was trying to just involve himself in some way. Ginea. Guedes, this time pulling over to the left wing. Flick back for Trezeguet. Now Garcia to Amaro. Desart. Aziz. Squeezes it on for Hazem. Back to Aziz. Longest spell of possession that Al Rayyan have had so far. Can they make it count in the final third? Guedes, well, it's their first shot of the game. Only in danger to the embankment behind the goal, though, rather than the goal itself. But he hadn't had any kind of opportunity in the first half hour or so. You can understand then why he thought, well, I've got a chance to shoot, I'm going to shoot. There's space here for Sabir Khodjayev. Worked over to the right for Alijonov. 4 in the middle. Across away by Amaro and Desart. A good tigerish challenge coming in from Abdulmajidov to win it back for Pakhtakor. Out comes Zoda. Garcia needs to win it, and he does. Is that a foul by Aziz? It is. Just leaning into his opponent in the air. So a free kick for Pakhtakor in a dangerous advanced position. I think it was Sabir Khodjayev who was sent off balance there. Actually, it was Buriev, who's back on his feet as the home team players work out who's going to take it and how. It is a little too far out for a direct shot on goal, you would think. They've got the left-footed option of Khamdamov, who has sent in the best cross of the game so far onto the head of Abdulmajidov for the header against the post. Alijonov over the ball as well. So they've got a left and right-footed option. Paulo Victor organising his defence. Maybe they're thinking about a direct shot. It's, what, 29 metres from goal? Alijonov with the arm raised. Looks like he'll be the one to deliver. Six players ready to attack the area for Pakhtakor. The referee being very firm with the wall, making sure they don't advance. Now he'll let us take it. No, he wants to talk to the players in the middle as well. What are the chances he'll spot a foul in there anyway? It's Alijonov, and it's fisted away, and that was a foul as the goalkeeper Paolo Victor took a real clattering. I think from Azmedinov. Yeah, it was the defender who went down not so long ago, you'll remember. And flying into the goalkeeper. He has a look of innocence on his face as though he was just watching the ball and happened to catch the goalkeeper, to whom he apologises now. Let's hope this isn't serious for Paolo Victor. I think he just saw him at the last minute when he realised it was beyond him. Azmedinov just looked around, saw the goalkeeper coming. There was nothing he could do to get out of the way. See him now, eyes on the ball, and then last second, oh, here comes the keeper. Bravely done by Paolo Victor. It was the heaviness of the landing rather than the initial contact that could be the problem for the Brazilian goalkeeper. No harm done, so he's going to be okay. And Fahad Younis, the reserve goalkeeper, can sit down on the bench again. No need for him to ready himself for action. 7 minutes to play then before the break. 7 minutes plus stoppage time, that is. Of which we'll probably have at least a couple of minutes for that delay as Paolo Victor received treatment. Buriev, Alijonov. Again, comfortable possession at the back being allowed for the back three of Pakhtakor. Little pressure on the ball from Al Rayyan. Happy to play in their own half. Abdulmajidov back for Abdullayev. Azmedinov switched over to the right. Not quite sure for whom that was intended. Perhaps he hoped to see Alijonov running down the right, but nowhere near him. Well, Al Rayyan, you'd think at some point will show a bit more ambition to try and win the game. They've been very passive so far. This is the kind of game they would think themselves as needing to win if they want to jump up the table into the important top 8. Bottom of the group at the moment, no points from 3 games. They would stay bottom with a loss today as well, or even a draw. There's a bit more pressure from Al Rayyan as it's played back to Nazarov. They leave the goalkeeper though, just to play it out leisurely. And then And picked up in midfield by Sabir Khodjayev. Out comes Oda. Looking for the run through the middle by Kamdamov. It doesn't quite reach him. Abdulmajidov. There's Cheran. Ali Jonov will come back to him. Jonov can't control cleanly, and there's a good challenge by Desart. Now Naji looking long, trying to send Ben Sharkey away. Slightly risky ball inside. Ben Sharkey still on the hunt, but in the end it was dealt with. And the space to attack now for Sabir Khodjayev. Outside him on the left, as always, Adkam Zoda available. For Cheran. Thinking about the shot, Adkam Zoda has it blocked by Desart. Well, Pakhtakor will be happy with how the general pattern of the game has gone so far. It's just missing that goal, and that's been the story of this campaign for them. They lost 1-0 at home against Al Wasl to start the group stage. Here's a run from Ben Sharkey. Across towards Gedesh. Doesn't reach him. And now, promising for Jurakaziev. He's got a lot more to do. And had himself held back. Cheran wants to take the free kick quickly. Cheran again. Wanted too much time. Aziz robbing him from behind and looking to send Gedesh away. The game just threatening to open up a little there. Now it's back with Nazarov. And into plenty of space. Cheran. Al Rayyan looking to get behind the ball again. Ali Jonov. The major threat of the first half, with a chance to cross. Cuts it back towards Cheran. And it almost bounced loose there for, I think it was Buriev who'd made the run into the area. Instead it's through to Paulo Victor. And as we move towards the final minute of normal time at the end of the first half, the Pakhtakor fans in fine voice still. Every reason to get behind their team from what they've seen in this first half. Desart can find Naji. Ben Sharkey. Desart. Ginea. Helped on by Hazem, but it was a poor ball. And Pakhtakor will look to break, but I think the referee's going to pull it back. It's going to be the first yellow card of the game, and it's for Andre Amaro for that foul as he stopped the counter-attack. It's David Garcia in shot, but I'm pretty sure it was Amaro who got booked, committing the foul. This will show us, and indeed it was a clear clip on the calf of Dragan Cheran. I don't quite know what David Garcia is arguing about. 4 minutes will be added at the end of the first half. Maybe a bit more now because the referee's taking a bit of time to restart. Talking to Cheran. who certainly was fouled there. A bit of a waste of the free kick as it sent too long for Adham Zoda. Everyone getting involved with the referee now as well, the visiting captain Abdelaziz. Haven't really been any flashpoints in this first half. That was the first yellow card. There was the injury to Paulo Victor as well, but that was an accidental collision as a cross comes in here, and finally Vladimir Nazarov has to make an intervention inside his own penalty area. It was the most routine of catches from a misplaced cross from Ben Sharkey, but at least he had to do something, which Al Rayyan could take as a positive. They've been anemic coming forward in this game. Just relied on defensive organisation to stay in it, as well as Abdulmajidov hitting the post with a free header. Here is the defender. As the same pattern that we've seen throughout the first half continues. Pakhtakor on the ball at the back, looking to construct a move forward. Al Rayyan happy to sit and defend their area as it runs long to Alijonov. Can he get a shot away? He can, but it's straight at Paulo Victor, who parries well. And that was about as route one as it comes, very direct, and it's not clear yet fully as Adham Zoda can send the cross in, and it's flying across the face of goal just beyond Alijonov, who leans against the upright in frustration. Twice he came close. Firstly, after this long ball forward has fell his way, an instant snapshot forcing the save from Paulo Victor, and then a few seconds later he was just a little too late to get to the far post on the end of that cross. And it's another let-off for Al Rayyan. A couple of let-offs, in fact. It's getting a bit niggly towards the end of the first half. The two midfielders, Ginea and Buriev, the latest to need a word or two from the referee. And there's not time for much more. Maybe one more attack. Or if it comes from Al Rayyan, one attack. And it is a foul on Guedes. It's probably a good thing for the referee that the game is coming to half-time here, because temperatures are rising. There's little disputes going on all over the field. And players maybe just need to cool down. There will be time for this free kick to be taken, but not much else. David Garcia will launch it long, maybe looking for Guedes. Instead it's inside by Trezeguet. Aziz is closed down, and that will be the end of the action in the opening period. A first half that has been dominated by Pakhtakor. He came closest with a header against the post from Abdulmajidov, who had a handful more chances as well. Al Rayyan have offered absolutely nothing coming forward, and at half-time at the Jar Stadium it is Pakhtakor 0, Al Rayyan 0.
Yes, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Even if the ball is bad, you keep going, okay? Yes, up! Come on, change, 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 and go. 1 minute. I think with the ball. No. Move, move, go. Okay? Ready? Come closer, come closer. Yes, up! Yes! Stay there. I play 2 to 3 balls, and you go with the header, okay? First we do it closer, and then we go. Okay, ready? Come on. Yes, jump. Yes, come on. Again. Yes, come on, go. Yes. Ready? Again. Come on. Yes, take your time. Now we play with the left. With the feet, okay? Good. Voilà. Now. Good. Good ball. Now. Last one and then you go inside. You do the last one and then you go inside, okay? Ready? Come on, go. Yes, good. Let's go. Yeah. I say trust me, eh? Talk, I talk.
I do trust you. Okay, let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Please start.
Gentlemen. Pakhtakor also has a substitution.
Welcome back to the Jar Stadium. Pakhtakor 0, Al Rayyan 0 at the break. Let's see if we're going to get some kind of breakthrough in the second half. It does look as though the home team are making a change at the interval. We'll have confirmation of that as we await the second half. AFC Champions League Elite Western Region. Pakhtakor 0, Al Rayyan 0 so far. The home team, the better team in the opening 45 minutes, but no breakthrough. And now the second 45 ahead of us. So we're back underway. Al Rayyan will certainly be looking for an improvement. And do believe it is Muhammad Ali Urinboyev who has come on at the break. Now, he's a forward for Pakhtakor, so it could be a more ambitious look for them, though it is a straight swap, as we see confirmed on the screen now. Otabek Yurakuziev is off, and so we'll see whether Urinboyev will be able to have a bit more impact. Immediately they're on the front foot again. A sliding challenge coming in from Murad Naji. Urinboyev, who's coming into the game, is just 19 years old. He appeared 3 times off the bench in last season's AFC Champions League Elite, but this is his first time in the current campaign. You can see him leading the line for Pakhtakor, the number 6. As I say, only 19 years old. He was on target domestically in the last game for Pakhtakor, a 3-1 win over Andijan. He got the second in that game. Be interesting to see at what point Al Rayyan come out to play a little bit more. They were so cautious in the opening period. And we see again now they're not exactly in a hurry to try to win the ball, so the same pattern re-emerging thus far. It is charged down here though, but Trezeguet can't keep it. Buriev helps win the throw-in, and here's Cheran. A throw-in again, won by Pakhtakor with Alijonov, who was the biggest threat, I would say, in the first half in terms of supplying danger, and taking the throw-in now. Constantly involved down the right-hand side. It falls loose, and now Alijonov continuing the run into the box, doesn't quite fall for him. And Hazem can win the throw-in for Al Rayyan. Al Rayyan today without the services of Gabriel Pereira. He's featured in every game so far in this competition, but misses out today. Mohamed Suraj and Joshua Brené among those who could see action off the bench, as well as Rodrigo Tabata. They've all appeared earlier on. Now here's a dangerous through ball that has to be dealt with by the goalkeeper, and Paulo Victor is able to fall on the loose ball. Forward from Hazem, not much that Guedes could do with that other than flick it on. It's easily won back by Azmedinov. And now just falling a little bit behind the run of Kamdamov. But they're able to retain possession, and Kamdamov can swing in the cross now, but it's too far for the men in the middle. Easily gathered by Paulo Victor. But no change in the pattern of play so far. It remains Pakhtakor looking to be the main protagonists. As we say that, here are Al Rayyan coming forward, spread wide by Ben Sharki. Hazem with the cross, and it's a goal! It's a miss-hit cross that flies in, and out of absolutely nowhere, Al Rayyan take the lead. And it's Hazem who wasn't even attempting to shoot. That's why there's such an amused reaction from his teammates. They can't believe it went in. And I hope he doesn't try to claim afterwards that he meant it, because that for sure was a cross, was it? He was looking for the far post for Guedes, surely. Instead he found the far post himself, the far corner, as it sailed over the head of Vladimir Nazarov, who won't want to see that again. But to be honest, I'm not sure there was much he could do. It just fell absolutely perfectly for Hazem into the top corner. And incredibly, Al Rayyan have the lead. They hadn't had a shot on target until that moment, and to be honest, I still don't think you can say they've had a shot on target, because that was a cross, but it turned into a shot. And so Pakhtakor will have to pick themselves up from the sense of injustice that they will feel about being behind. Hazem won't care. It went in, and a goal is a goal. And it is his first ever in the Asian Champions League Elite. looking to fight back quickly. The home team win a throw-in. He first appeared in the competition, Hazem, in 2016 with Al Duhail. He never scored until now. Now the chance for the cross, and it's well saved by Paulo Victor, getting down smartly as it was flicked goalwards by the substitute Muhammad Ali Urimboev, making a good run to the near post. The cross coming from Adkam Zoda, and a dangerous attempt, but here come Al Rayyan again. Ben Sharkey challenging for it, and he'll let it run out for the throw-in. Naji inside for Gedesh. Aziz back to Desart. All of a sudden, Al Rayyan starting to spread some passes together. I mean, they failed to do in the first half, but that goal has really lifted them. Desart for Naji. Nicely back to the fullback. His cross isn't bad, but cleared away at the near post when Ben Sharkey was looking for a return pass. Here is Ben Sharkey, looking to have a run, nicely moving inside to the area, to the byline, but then it just runs beyond him. And credit to Ben Sharkey there, because a challenge did come in and he could have tried to manufacture some contact and go down for a penalty. And stayed on his feet. The ball just running beyond him. Buriev. And again the midfielder. Pakhtakor with only one goal in their first 3.5 games. They need to change that, or they'll be falling to defeat here. Well, there's a good run made by Sabir Khodjayev, but he just seemed to be caught in two minds as he took his first touch inside the area. Al Rayyan have not been ahead until now in the AFC Champions League Elite all season. Gedesh with the dummy here. Ben Sharkey turning to strike. Fisted away by Nazarov. And now decisively cleared. And that was their first proper shot on target of the game. And you'd think there should be chances, more chances for Al Rayyan if they want to pursue them, because Pakhtakor are obviously going to have to chase the game now. As I was saying, Al Rayyan haven't been ahead in a game until now. In their opener against Al Hilal, they were 3-0 down at half-time. Eventually lost 3-1. Then against Al Nassr, they fell behind to goals from Sadio Mane and Cristiano Ronaldo before pulling one back late on to lose 2-1. And the same in their last game against Al Ahly. 2-0 down at half-time, got a consolation in the second half. So it's the first time they've scored when it could be meaningful in terms of the result. But they've got more defending to do here, with the cross coming in from Ali Jonov. Just about dealt with, and he has to concede the throw in now. challenging the goal scorer, Hazem. Here's that effort again from Ben Sharkey. Just about fisted away by Nazarov, who would have been grateful to see the ball coming pretty much straight at him, as it was hit with power. Buriev. Might have to start being a little bit more ambitious with their passing, Pakhtakor. They are often taking the easy options. Need a little bit more incision. Rubiev finding a nice pass this time to Khamdamov. Work wide for Alijanov. The cross is miskicked away by David Garcia, and that sends it behind for the corner. Pakhtakor back on the front foot. And this will be played short, and now another corner. It's their 6th of the game. Trezeguet was somehow hurt making the block. I think it caught him in a delicate area. Back on his feet with a grimace and into the box again to defend the latest corner. As I say, the 6th for Pakhtakor. Al Rayyan haven't had any yet. It'll be delivered by Khamdamov. Has shown a nice ability to whip the ball with his left foot. That's a good ball as well, but met with a defensive header as far as Alijanov, who tries the ambitious shot, which really had Paulo Victor scrambling because it dipped late on. And oh, he's hurt himself. Paulo Victor, in the end, with a very awkward dive, and I wonder if he just landed on the metal bar that supports the goalposts. At first, it seemed as though it would present no problem whatsoever to him, this shot, because it was hit in a very lofted way. But look at it dip there. Yeah, he crashed into the post, did the goalkeeper. And then landed on that metal support. Good try by Alijanov, just couldn't get the dip that he needed. But for the second time, it's treatment required. Paulo Victor was caught in a collision in the first half, now this. So for the second time today, Fahad Younis will have to warm up, the Al Rayyan backup keeper. Going to be okay though. Seems like he was a victim of a blow just below the armpit. Certainly being the busier of the two goalkeepers, but the way football so often works, it's the team who've been dominated who lead. A real fluke of a goal has Al Rayyan ahead into the final half hour. Nice footwork from Sheran. And now squeezed wide by Sabir Khodjayev, but we'll have to build again from the back with Buriev. I wonder if at some point the home team coach, Komalidin Tadjiev, will dispense with the back three as well and get an extra body up front. Buriev. Alhamzoda. Solidly blocked by Ben Sharkey. He's one of those three central defenders, and it's not a bad ball forward by Azmedinov. Questions being asked of the Al Rayyan defence. Alijonov, Buriev, Azmedinov, nice layoff from Cheran. And it's Alijonov once again. Flicked into the area for Kamdamov. Alijonov. And that's good defending in the end from Andrei Amaro. Just holding his ground and allowing it to run for a goal kick. And you do have to give credit for the way Al Rayyan have defended. They've had a game plan that has relied on sitting back and protecting their final third. They've had less than 40% of the possession. And the centre-back pairing in particular of David Garcia and Andrei Amaro have had to be very vigilant. So far they've done that job with a little bit of help, a little bit of luck as well, especially the header against the post in the first half from Abdulmajidov. Now it's worked wide by Gedesh, and here's Ben Sharkey. Cross is cleared at the near post, but Al Rayyan have plenty of players pressing the ball, unable to make anything of it. Wins the throw-in for Al Rayyan. 20 minutes into the second half now. Pakhtakor under the interim leadership of Kamaluddin Tadzhiev. Here, Azmedinov just runs out of space eventually. All rather scrappy at the moment. A late challenge there by Alijonov, and a free kick won by Hazem. The game just going through a bit of a lull midway through the second half now, which suits Al Rayyan just fine. They'll be perfectly happy for not much else to happen over the next 20 minutes or so. A reminder, these two teams both chasing their first win of the season in the AFC Champions League Elite. In the Western region, Al Rayyan with no points so far in last place, 12th out of 12. Then Pakhtakor in 8th at the moment, just about in that all-important top 8, but they won't be. If they lose this game, Al Rayyan will leapfrog above them. Gedesh forced off the ball, and it runs for Abdullayev. Now Buriev. Sibir Khodjayev. Sheran Alejonov. Back to the captain. Al Rayyan with everyone behind the ball once more. A bit of space for Azmedinov to come forward. Twisting and turning is Urimboev. And now the cross fired in and well gathered by Paulo Victor. Kamdamov and Sheran were trying to get on the end of that delivery from Akhamzoda. And the bounce made it awkward for the goalkeeper. Just in front of him. Had to watch the ball closely. Now, throw-in taken quickly, and Ben Sharkey is away. He's got two in the middle. Cross at the near post is cleared back to him. Ben Sharkey once more. Here's Naji. Swings in the deep cross that Guedes should be able to keep in. Azim. And back for the unlikely goal scorer, Hazem. Now to Sard. Use of the arm spotted by the referee there, blowing the whistle on Abdelaziz. He caught Abdurauf Guriev there. And plenty of tension on the benches. An important game, this one. Partly because it marks the midway stage of the group, a real chance to assess where you are and what your ambitions might be for the remainder of the campaign, the group stage campaign at least. At least one of these teams is going to reach that halfway mark without a win, and that is psychologically challenging. At the moment, Al Rayyan are on the course for their first victory. A goal coming around 15 minutes ago out of nowhere, an absolute fluke from Hazem, the left back, overhitting a cross, and it flew into the top corner. Pakhtakor at the moment struggling to respond. Aziz on to Guedes. There is the threat that it will open up on the break now as well for Al Rayyan, with Pakhtakor having to push forward. Naji has got three in the middle. It's cleared as far as Guedes. Can he get a shot away? He can, but it's solidly blocked by Abdulmajidov. Danger not clear though, as Trezeguet feeds it inside, takes a deflection and behind for a corner, which is Al Rayyan's first of the game. It shows how they've been largely dominated, that they haven't won a corner until now. But it doesn't matter so much when you get a goal out of nowhere. I'll try to add to that now as well, with the delivery going to come from Aziz, the captain. And there's some tussling in the box that the referee wants to have a word about between Roger Guedes and Akhamzoda. Don't mind me, ref, I'm not doing anything, says Guedes, as he now crowds in front of the goalkeeper. What kind of delivery from Aziz? It's a good one. It's headed down and it's going to reach Desart. Fired across goal and somehow not converted by Al Rayyan. It was twice dangerous there. Firstly with the header down by Trezeguet. That didn't fall for a teammate. And then the delivery back across goal from Desart didn't either. It's Guedes. Not quite into the stride of Ben Sharkey. Pakhtakor will try to advance. They've got a bit of space for Urimboev to move into. On to Sabih Khodjayev, and now wide for the captain Sheran. Al Rayyan have got back in numbers. has Buriev. Finds Sabir Khodjayev. Looking for Sheran again, but once more that lack of incision costing Pakhtakor, and you can see why they've only scored 1 goal so far in this campaign. They've had some nice approach play, but they're lacking that cutting edge in the area. Khamdamov. Alijonov unable to advance, but the linesman right in front of the plate, seeing a push. And we're going to see a couple of changes now for the home team as they chase their way back into this game. And on come Ulukbek Koshimov and Pulakuza Koldokonov. They go into the middle for the free kick, and it's just over the top. It was attacked, I believe, by the man who's just come on, Kolokhanov, or was it Abdulmajidov who got there? Either way, it wasn't too far over the top. There will be another delay now, with Al Rayyan needing some treatment. Yeah, it was Abdulmajidov who actually got in front of the defender and steered the volley goalwards. That's a pretty good chance for him. Seeing confirmation. On come Koldokhanov and Koshimov. Still plenty of changes available to the visiting coach, Yunus Ali. Just Mohamed Saleh brought into the action so far at the back. To confirm, it was Dostonbek Khamdamov and Shahzod Azmedinov who've gone off, so that should change the shape. We'll probably see a back 4 now from Pakhtakor rather than the back 5 that they've played so far, as this one is played into the area, but beyond the run of Koshimov. Looks like both substitutes are going to go straight up front. We are in the final 15 minutes of normal time now. Loose touch from Sheran, but he's able to get the throw in and takes it quickly to Koshimov. Sheran works it back for Buriev. So really playing with 3 up front now, the 2 who've just come on, Koshimov and Koldokonov, joining the half-time substitute, Urimboev. They'll look to the captain, Sheran, for supply. Along with the wingers, Kamzoda and Alijonov. They haven't had the same kind of chances in the second half that they did in the opening period. And time starting to run out now for the Uzbeki champions. That's nicely taken on by Alijonov, who'll try to continue. But in the end, it just bounces off Koldokonov. And out for the throw. Here's Saleh. Spread out for Nagy. Saleh happy to go back to the goalkeeper, Paulo Victor. Well, if it stays this way, it will be a first victory in this competition for Al Rayyan since April 2022, sorry. Not quite that long ago. 2.5 years since they were victorious 2-0 at Al Hilal. That was the previous time they were in the AFC Champions League Elite. Work wide for Alijonov. 4 in the middle this time for him, if he can get a cross in. Plays it short instead to Kavejodayev, who gets it back. Alijonov will now swing in the cross, and it's a decent ball looking to be attacked by Urimboev. Well met at the far post by Mohamed Saleh, who's adding to the reinforcements defensively. Now this cross takes a deflection. Where's it going to land? Just for Trezeguet to whack it away, and we can see Al Rayyan's intentions now. No one even in the frame as that was launched downfield. Fed inside. Alijonov with a good run. Oh, but he can't find a teammate. It falls though for Cheran. Laid back, and the attack continues. We move into the final 10 minutes. Abdullayev. Dropping deep to support Koldokonov, and now again down that right hand side. Sabir Kodeyev looking to move inside. It's a good run. The cutback gives a chance, and it was struck by Koldokonov, but again well defended. Guedes is going to try and buy a free kick here. Well, he does even better galloping down the right. Eventually Nazarov can send it back forward, but Saleh steps in well. And here's Ben Sharkey. Not too much support for him, but he's more than happy just to win the throw-in, which takes time out of the game as well. It all starts to become a factor now in the final 10 minutes. Al Rayyan will look to manage the clock, as you can see here how they're not in much of a hurry to take the throw-in. Hazem, the goal scorer. Oh, and he's going to get himself a yellow card there. I said how they're managing the clock. Done a little bit too blatantly there by Hazem. He gets himself a yellow card for throwing the ball away. Foul by Trezeguet this time. For Hazem, that will mean a suspension as well. So he will not be able to play in the next game, as that was his third yellow card of this group stage. It means he'll miss out at home against Persepolis later this month. It's all just fading away though at the moment for Pakhtakor. They've lost the threat that they were offering in the first half. It's very sporadic now. Al Rayyan looking just as comfortable as they have really at any stage of the game. And Geresh was convinced he was fouled there, but the linesman, perfect view, says no. Alijonov will once again come forward, carrying the home team down the right flank as he has done throughout the game. Starting to tire a bit now. Desart isn't. He does well to win it, and that will be a clear yellow card for Sabir Khodjaev. He was just out-muscled by the Belgian. And a bit of a flat expression on his face really suggests that Pakhtakor are starting to run out of hope in this game. They've had so much of the possession, had the chances in the first half, and then went behind to a freak of a goal. Here's that yellow card incident again, clearly warranted for Sabir Khodjaev. Bit of a petulant kick out, born of frustration with his team's fate. Headed down by Benshaki to start with another strong challenge. Where's it going to land here? It's for Alijonov to clip it away. One back powerfully by Garcia. And Al Rayyan, with 5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time, seem to have this game under control at the moment. Final 2 rolls of the dice. Kimi Med is going to come on. As Sabir Khodjaev will play no further part, having just been booked. And it's also Makhamajonov. And now it's an attack down the left for Al Rayyan. Trezeguet getting inside the box. All 5 changes made now then by Pakhtakor's interim boss, Komolidin Tadzhiev. And be taken by Aziz. If they can strike here, that really will settle it. The referee has seen a bit of fun and games inside the 6-yard box. Trezeguet going down. Getting trapped back up by the referee. Trezeguet maybe saying, well, how about a penalty then, ref? But no, it was before the kick was taken. Now it's flicked on and travels a fair distance before Al Rayyan now retreat again. Makhamajonov, the new substitute, gets his first touch. Looks like he's going to be playing down the left-hand side. Seems to be some appeals from Al Rayyan. I wonder if they feel there was a foul in there. as it comes up to Cheran. He can't control. And still there asking a question of the referee. Mohamedjonov. Urimboev. Alijonov. Now the cross can come in. And it's headed on by Cheran, but that is the easiest of saves for Paulo Victor, who will be pretty happy if he doesn't have to do anything much more than that for the rest of the game. Cheran with the header, but it was a back pass, really, no power on it. Paulo Victor could just stand there and catch it. As we move into the final 2 minutes of normal time, there haven't been that many stoppages. Probably be around 5 minutes added on. I wouldn't have thought it's more than that, though. And it all looks to be rather in hope than expectation at the moment from Pakhtakor, but they'll keep trying with Mohamedjonov. Abdulmajidov, how different the game would have been if he'd scored that first half header instead of sending it against the post. Now a dangerous ball in that really was not properly dealt with by Amaro, but he got fortunate because after his attempted clearance, it just rolled straight into the arms of his goalkeeper. The danger averted for Al Rayyan, who have Ben Sharkey chasing this one down. On to Buriev now. Urimboev. Mohamedjonov. It's a decent delivery, but it's a very good header away by Garcia. Now it opens up for the shot that was powerfully hit by Abdulmajidov, but solidly blocked as well, and there's a break on now. It's 3 against 4 for now, as Trezeguet keeps it in and looks for the deep cross towards Ben Sharkey, but comfortable for the keeper, who rolls it out as we move to the 90-minute mark. How many added minutes is the question? 5 it is, and it's with Urimboev striding forward. And is that going to be a corner or a throw? As a run was made into the box by Koshimov. Well, for the 3rd time, Paulo Victor is down. The referee says, get up, you're not having any treatment. He has needed that twice today. I wonder if it's just a lingering after effects of one of those knocks that he took. Or maybe it's the fact that we're in the 90-plus minute. He just wants to manage the clock a little. Five players in the area for Pakhtakor, but that doesn't find any of them. Mohamedjonov, it's a good turn. Now can they find a ball into the area? Oh dear, no. Having done so well initially, the substitute then couldn't find Urimboev, who wants to take the throw-in quickly. There's a hurried look about it from Pakhtakor now. There has to be. Cross from Abdullayev, it's a decent one, met by Amaro. Ben Sharkey doesn't get it very far. Throw-in taken quickly. Mohamedjonov, and it's a routine catch for Paulo Victor, who's done what he's needed to well, the goalkeeper. He's had a handful of saves to make, some fairly straightforward crosses to gather, but his handling's always been assured. Guedes flicks it on here. 3 minutes remain for Pakhtakor to try and rescue a point. If not, Al Rayyan will be flying up the table and be able to overtake Al Ain. Potentially, they play later. They'll definitely overtake Al Shorta, Persepolis and Pakhtakor. So a change being made. 2 changes in fact, with Julien Brenet coming on and Hamid Mahanja. So these moves designed to just take Al Rayyan over the finishing line. They've taken off the two forwards. No surprise. Trezeguet and Guedes make way. I don't think we'll see Mahajne or Brenet particularly far forward. Is there going to be time for Pakhtakor to force one more chance? Trying to bring it down was Koshimov, who is able to get the throw in. Makhamajonov. Abdullayev. Battling away. And now it's Alijonov with the cross. Good header out by Amaro. Ben Sharkey can't get there, so it's now with Sheran. But Urimboev well dispossessed by Brenet, who takes the game into the final minute. Nazarov launches. It's route one now from the home team. Let's get it towards the opponent goal as quickly as possible. And here's Kimi Merck winning a free kick, is that? It's either a free kick or a corner, and it's in a dangerous position. So one last chance for Pakhtakor. No, it's, I think a goal kick is being given. And I think perhaps they've got that right, because Hazem did manage to divert it off Merck. And so that should be it. We maybe will have another minute added on to the added time, but you can see the Jar Stadium is rapidly emptying now. Pakhtakor fans still haven't seen their team score at home. Abdelaziz is making his way off the field slowly. He'll be the final substitute. As on comes Abdurrahman Al-Harazi for the very few final seconds. It's just for Paulo Victor to launch it long, and then Al Rayyan try to keep it in that half and seal their first win of the AFC Champions League Elite season. But there will be one more attack from Pakhtakor. There won't, because it's broken up by Brenet, and that will do it. The final whistle is blown. Celebrations from Al Rayyan. They do get that first win to climb off the bottom of the group and into the top 8. They had to work hard for it. Pakhtakor had the better of the first half, hit the post through Abdulmajidov. But then early in the second half, a complete fluke of a goal from Hazem. A cross that was overhit, turned into a shot and flew into the top corner, giving the visitors the lead, and Pakhtakor just could not respond. So it is a first triumph for the Qatari club. The Uzbekis will have to wait for theirs still, as it finishes here at the Jar Stadium. Pakhtakor 0, Al Rayyan 1.